for everything. So how about that game, everybody? Hello. That was something. That was definitely something. That was so much better than I ever hoped for. I'm truly blessed to have Colin as a player and you all as viewers. It is. Oh wow, it is just wild. So yeah, so we have a lot to prep for today. We're going to be getting ready to do 490 as we finish up 491. I don't know. We haven't done the winter phase for 490 yet. We technically still are on the hook for fall and winter of 490 before we return to 491 the following game. So maybe this prep might be a little bit too much for tomorrow, but it might be in the following day. We'll see. I just need to open up Google Sheets in this other window to get the Pendragon NPC tracker up. So I keep everything in a giant spreadsheet. Every character that we do. It's like 600 something or 60 people. And we also have mana tracking and things like that as well. Yep, rip Countess Ellen. Unbelievable. Roderick's injured. It's just, how does this keep happening? No one else is injured. Okay. I remember when we were discussing last time we prepped that the fall of Lady Ellen would become a plot between Sir Blaine's and Earl Roderick and having a war of knights between each other. So I regret that we haven't actually had a chance to really see that. However, we did, if you do recall the intrigue 2 sessions ago, we did mention that there's a chance that Colin's former lover, one of the courtiers of Lev Kamagus, mentioned that they believe that Roderick killed his own wife, and that this was even more trickier than meets the eye, because they also are aware. So I think this will be the culmination and possible battle. However, with Roderick injured, I don't really think there's going to be much of a fight. If anything, this will be a fight brought upon the knights in service to Earl Roderick, and as a way of like, this is as like kind of keeping up his name. And considering how everybody was nearly killed at Lindsay, I'm not sure how hungry they are for a fight. We'll see. So, let's see what Great Pendragon campaign says for 491. 491. Let me add this as a source. Here we go. So we are dealing with 491. Oh, game, chill. Many interesting events occur this year, and thanks to many important social events, just briefly describe the end of the description, it's likely that you require multiple sessions to play through, while the players engage in social activities. Ha! Well, that's interesting. Court is held in London. That Duke, he deserves only the worst, can move the arrogance of Cornwall. Right, so I need to start making some notes. I need to open my document. Oh, I don't need that open. Actually, I can just here. So, I shouldn't just copy it. Oh, I should do it this way. Let me grab, I don't have an open template. Sorry for zooming past it. It's probably like, my eyes. I need to grab all of this. I should actually just grab a template for an adventure as well. here's what we're gonna do. I don't know if this is gonna be episode whatever, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say 491, and just kind of pretend, because we have to do this first. Right. So shit. Actually, I can't. The reason for this is that I actually have to start at 490. So this is gonna be 490 and 491. So I need to grab fall and winter. This is going to be weird. Let's say this is episode 11. This is 490. 491. All 490. I need to do a summer as well. A lot of writing down. Okay. So we just concluded the Battle of Lindsey. The Battle of Lindsey was ultimately a victory for the for Uther. The downside to this Battle of Lindsey is that Gorlois gets most of the credit for this battle, which infuriates Uther. Gorlois gets most of this credit because it was his killing of King Yosa, of the giant, the half giant king of the Saxons. So not King Octa, but King Yosa. And Uther's pissed because all of the soldiers are chanting Gorlois, Gorlois at the end of the battle. And yeah. And it's not like Gorlois stops anybody about it. Oh, I'm literally covering it up with the PDF anyways. So. Oop. So I'm gonna say the battle. And a foot, cheer. Wow. So let's see the news of this session. So I'm back to reading the PDF. Prince Madoc, we're going to war. The damned Cornwall will finally get what he deserves. Bring your troops to Sarum. Another fleet of Saxons has landed in the south, and the dead are rising up to fall upon us once more. That's good. Ulfius, old King Hengst of Kent has died and in bed with that, and his son is going to... Okay. I feel like the news I'm not exactly sure how to make heads or tails of until I read the rest of the year. Duke of Cornwall has broken word and violated our hospitality. His sudden flight from court proves he is guilty. No information need be sought. Right. I remember this now. This is after. This is during the Christmas feast of 490. This is the dance in Excalibur with Ugraine. The downside here. Yeah, exactly, Spoon. No. So I think fictionally. So I don't know. Help me out here. The Earl is in critical condition. So part of me thinks that the Earl is just needs to go home. And with that, his knights are going to make sure he gets home. Another part, though, is that he's so hurt that he actually goes back to the court of Lindsey and is just resting up during the feast. Because there's no way he's going to make it back in time, that he should just rest here in Lindsey until he's feeling a little bit better after such grievous wounds. So that could make sense. But that also means that the Earl won't be at the party. That's some good stuff for Christmas. Yeah, like, so this is this is literally Christmas court, and so it's like, I don't think the Earl's up to it, and that he's had enough action for one year, kind of, because this is also the first Christmas he's had alone, and he's gonna spend it alone, kind of melancholic. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. There's no rating. There's definitely no rating. Knights of So originally there's the offer that Prince Mainock, for any battle hungry knights, to go with him, to go retaliate and go off and fight and like literally like invade the Saxons and push them back. I don't think that's gonna happen. So instead, we're just doing returning home. Orders his retinue. Break camp and return to Sarm. So, some things happen this year. It's cold as winter comes early. We don't have to. We're not raiding. The problem here is there would be stewardship tests to make quick preparations for the snow. This will still be done by, but this will be done by the partners rather than the knights themselves. Okay, so let's talk about what happens with the ending of Erwin's marriage. So, as we saw 2 weeks ago, Erwin's going to get married. Erwin's going to have things moved around, and is actually going to end up marrying, what's her name? Braid? Braid. Wife's afraid. Lady Grade. Lady Grade. But I think before they marry, I think we have to have a scene that's a one-on-one between Erwin and Erwin's partner right now. Orthwin. This Freyed is Erwin Squire. Alwyn. Yeah, that's the thing is like, does Erwin gift her a sword and armor? I think the Earl's going to gift sword. Oh, that's very interesting. The Earls should totally gift sword and armor. Oh man. Oh man. So I haven't spoken about what are the rewards for returning home that the Earl's going to give to Erwin. my first thought was a manor. And so now I'm wondering if Erwin will Erwin pay, like, will Erwin ask if the Earl will give this manor to Raid? That's asking a lot. That's asking. I don't think he would go for it. I don't think that would work. So, but I do like the idea of suit of armor, and that Erwin wouldn't have to pay upkeep for his armor and suit, unless he's willing to give this armor to Grade. So let's just say, the Earl will bestow a new manor to Erwin for his courage, and a new suit of armor, sword. Will Erwin give this to Colwyn? Man, I think it's gonna be good. Like, how do you think this is gonna go? Like, I don't even know. I have no idea how this will go. It's amicable because Colwyn doesn't want to be steward at all. Colwyn wants really nothing to do with Cholderton. I mean, Colwyn kind of likes that the Druids Grove thing's there. So, but you know, there's a professional and friendly fondness between each other. And her family absolutely does not want her to be a knight. Correct. Let's figure out what manor. How to generate a manor. Stonehenge is in a manor. Laverstock's been taken. Baverstock's been taken. Cholderton's taken. Allington. I don't think Allington's been taken. Nope, Allington has not been taken. And so where is Allington on this map? Oh, there it is. Time to look that far into it. Way up here. There's 2 Allingtons? Oh my god, there's 2 Allingtons. Well, I think it would make more sense then for Cholderton to get this Allington. Yeah. He'll need a knight. He'll need a knight to service that house. I feel like this is perfect. I feel like this is literally the best thing that could happen to Erwin. So Erwin's going to get this manor. This manor is going to need, I guess the manor would already have a knight in it though. No, let's just say the knight of this place died. It could be a domain manor. No, I think this is actually going to be unlike what we saw in Colin's situation, where there's sort of like these escrow manors. This is a direct ownership. Yeah, the manor died exactly. Lucchese got it. That's exactly what I'm thinking. If the manor's, if their knight died in battle, that's what I think that happened. Yeah. So the earl, it used to be the earl's manor, but someone would always be living in the manor, like a tenant situation, and that knight is still promising duty, right? The 40 days of service in return for living there, right? It's just not his manor. That's how I always pictured what these manors are and where these knights come from. I don't know, is that wrong? Direct ownership of this manor belonged to the earl. And the earl, as a gift, not every manor has a knight. Oh. Well, this manor didn't have a knight, and now it will, as he gifts it to Erwin. And I think there's the question of giving it to Colwyn. Yeah, it totally cuts into the Earl's income, but it's also the proof of loyalty and stuff. And I mean, the Earl's life was literally saved by Erwin in the middle of a battle. I don't think it gets more like this is exactly, he earned it for heroism on the battlefield. Oh, remind me as well. Colin needs to get glory. I never gave Colin his rewards and stuff too. Colin's probably gonna get something like 400 or something glory by the end of that. Pretty much 100 glory for each thing he did today. So, okay. Anyways, hold on one second. I thought I was hearing something weird in my house. One second. Stand by. Hey, I'm sorry about that. We're good. It's my dryer has begun to make weird sounds, but it's okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't Suzanne choking to death, banging on the wall for me to help her. So we were okay. Um, okay. Yeah, thanks, Spoon. Have a nice dinner. Okay, where were we? So we're figuring out the Earl's rewards. The question is whether or not Erwin will give this manor to Colwyn. And so that's what this first scene is. And then we're going to have another scene of Lady Great and Erwin marrying. I don't like the song. Something more sunny. No, that's not gonna work. Music is so tricky. Get right. Okay. So the marriage of Lady Grade and Erwin. So before the marriage, the reunion. Where does Erwin find Grey would be in the she would still be in the Abbey when this happens. And so I think this is going to be that scene of Erwin returning to the Abbey. You know, we have that scene of the several nuns kind of gossiping amongst each other, talking about how the Earl's back and he's been hurt and Erwin saved his life. And we hear about, you know, well, what happened to Erwin? Is he okay? Did he die in the process of saving the Earl? And then that's when Erwin walks through the door. Erwin saved his life. Oh, for the marriage. So this is the return, the reunion. And then at the marriage. No, vows and shit. What is Grade's house again? Life to be of Sir of Erwin. Frade and Erwin are gonna have to have words. Grade is from Durnford. Oh, Melangel. Oh, that's cool. That's funny as hell. Okay. Erwin's first cousin lives at Durnford. Okay. At the marriage. His family. So, like, part of me wants to do the thing where it's like Frade wants to interrupt the wedding. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is just wholesome. Like, I want to give Erwin the victory. I feel like not everything has to be terrible. This is where like me and Burning Wheel disagree. But I think the more I play games, the more I just want to be told that sometimes things are just super successful. Not everything has to be this disaster torture going through everything. And that's, there are some times in your life where things work out and there is just victory. Yeah, sometimes just good things happen. And they happen in a way, I don't know. I think it makes fighting through the terrible things worth it. I'm not saying all the time. But when it's... I don't want to ruin his ear. I don't do this all the time. But I mean, he has had some really, really, really shitty years. And I think it'd be nice if he just got a W. Just once. Just once. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Weddings. Let's talk about gifts. Rhombus brings Gareth's sword. Actually, this happens before. This is not a wedding gift. Rhombus is going to give Gareth's sword to Erwin. Okay. So let's talk about some gifts. Is that another book? What are some good rewards? Are weddings in Pendragon? Like in the book proper? Like what's typical? Let's see. Uh-oh. There we go. Looking for weddings. Vertigern, Vortigern, wealth, women. Nothing about weddings. Hmm. Hmm. What do maces do, by the way? Great spear, mace. Maces do an additional d6 points of damage against foes in chainmail. Okay, that's pretty. That would have been pretty good. Too bad their mace broke. Okay, I don't know. It's not there. Is a wedding marriage rivalry? Is a possible adventure. Let's read this possible adventure and maybe I can reverse engineer something from it. I really wish... I'm going to stop using this Foxit reader because that stuff is boring. I hate how it resumes and stuff. Sample peasant problems. Why is this not in my game? Last game I also added a peasant gossip simulator. Peasants are talking about their cat was stolen. Their chicken eggs taste funny. Their children keep them up at night. Hearing footsteps. Lies are being told. Good stuff. My husband says rude things about me. Just classic. Just peasant grumblings. Anyways, marriage rivalry. Let's get to it. At the castle or manor where lives a woman a player knight wishes to marry. The knight shows up to tell your knight that this woman is his, not yours. He explains calmly. Blah, 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 blah. Sword for first blood. Although the mercenary Siagrius, Battle of Sergeants, villages. Yep. I don't know. Marriage rivalry is not what I want. Unsure about it. It's a little tough. Because 490. Okay. 491 is the Battle of Terrabil? It suggested that it's just like a regular wedding. So I don't know. Things are like, it doesn't even go into Uther's wedding, which is what I was looking for. And Uther's wedding is just says like, you know, in a crowded social milieu, game masters can prepare bouts of social interaction. So just social interaction. I was kind of wondering what gifts people get. Okay. I want to give him a gift. I just don't know what it is. So I'm just going to write to be determined. Gift. I mean, he's already got a manor, so I feel like he's going to be doing okay. He's doing okay for himself. And that would conclude Winter 490. And then, or that would conclude the year 490, and then it's just the winter phase. We already precluded Winterborn Gunnet. It's going to get a toll bonus of $1. Chalderton gets attacked by bandits. Which, of course, it does. I feel like this should take us through the year for next session. 491... Oh, did some Googling on marriage gifts. I'm gonna start doing some random nightly rolls and stuff for the start of 491. Oh, it's more common to give out gifts. Oh. I will let Jim know that. Erwin gives out gifts. What do you give? What do you say about Gareth, who isn't here, and the rumors he ran away from battle? Right, I think the priest who marries him, Tathan, right? Presides over the ceremony. Presides over the ceremony. Here we go. I'm losing it, y'all. Erwin gives out gifts. What do you give Tathan, Father Tathan, for arranging all of this? Specifically, I want to know what he does for these two things. Winterborn 490, we do the winter phase. Then let's do what will happen for the following year. So misfortune for the year, 3d6 plus 10. No, it's plus 5. 13, pretty average year. Again, I have the wrong thing. Oh, this is the wrong one. Sorry, I'm trying to open up. I don't want to show my entire Google Drive, so I'm just trying to open the winter phase manner calculations. Here we go. All right. So we are on 490. We already have written down the misfortunes. So this is for 491. Be 13. And I'll add the other thing to it. So this will be 13, and Shoulderton will also be 13. I should really make them all in the same category. Like this should equal the other file. That's fine. I need to have them roll the 2d6. I think that's always nicer than me rolling it. So I can't do much for that, but I can do 491. And then roll all of the survival rolls. Did F5 to refresh? I want to refresh. There, I think Shift F5 refreshes it. Any ones? Any ones in chat? Nope, no ones. Oh, I didn't have 2 down here. Well, I don't know why the rest of them just changed, but this one got a 1. Gwelligid got... Okay, well, Gwelligid got a 1. And I don't even know... Gwelligin is a bachelor knight. Gwelligid was a little shitbird, if I recall. That's Elid. I don't even have an age for him. He's not, certainly not 12. Let's do 46 plus 5. Okay, apparently he's 25. I don't remember who this knight is. shit. This is why I normally write stuff down in here. This is from two. Gwelligud was a knight from the feast. He was talking shit, I think. He was the one giving wine out. The feast before Lindsay. Oh, that should be a question mark. Apparently he's dead. Oh, apparently he might have died. Let's see. I roll another d20. If it's a 1, he's dead. Or if it's a d20, if it's less than 10, he's probably dead. He's 12. He's actually alive. Let's see what possibly could have killed him. It was probably the battle. Winter phase, not that one. Winter phase. Cause of death, male. He is young. So let's see what a d6 says. 6, violence. Huzzah. Violent cause of death, d20. 18, unknown source, just found dead of wounds. Okay, so since he's alive, he should probably know the source of the wounds. And battle is like all of these things, so it's guess it's not battle. I guess it was something else that almost got him in. Unknown though. Just found dead of wounds, but he wasn't dead. Okay, Gwelligud. Good for you, buddy. Let's do some adventures. Let's just roll some adventures for some people. I'm feeling like I don't know what else how to proceed. So sometimes I need to shake it up and just do some random stuff so let's hide the dead. Let's hide the lords. Priests. Druids. Let's start picking some people. Oh, let's hide players as well. Don't need that. Oh, let's hide the babies. Oh, I gotta hide the stewards too. There we go. How many is this? 26. Do it the fairest way. It's a 1. So Marshall Salisbury goes on an adventure. Three-Lid goes on an adventure. So let's do a yearly event. Let's roll what a d20 is. 6. Got friends. So Three-Lid made a friend. So we look at the friends table. 35. He is a landed knight. So it's a d6 plus 4. A 7. A master. Friend. A master. I guess he makes friends with someone in Salisbury. So I'll make a note. Very interesting. Burger in Salisbury. Oh, in London. In London. Yeah, in London. He's a rich merchant. So that's cool. I'll flesh it out in a little bit, but let's just keep going. Let's roll a d25 now, or d26, ignoring 1s. 22, so 4 up from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mercenary Knight. Sir Lilo. Not landed. Sir Lilo. D20 for you. 9. Relations. So they are unwed. So they're going to roll lustful. I don't know what their lustful is, so let's do a d20. An 18. Their lustful is 18. I don't know why this column has a bunch of data validation in it. Data validation. Remove validation. And apparently the tracking reference for traits isn't full. Traits. Right there. So let me go back to the NPC tracking. This is the traits. We're under Lilo. Oh, I know what's going on. Data validation. The reference cells isn't long enough. Needs to go down to 34. That should have fixed it. Lilo. There you go. Where's your lustful? Lustful of 18. Do you pass your lustful? You do. You successfully flirted, so 44. They are flirting and they are unwed. So it's a flirt, appearance, and dance. I don't know what their flirt skill is. So D20. 16. Okay. Their appearance, I don't have either. So let's do 3d6 plus 9 and 18. And that's not fair. I shouldn't have been a 9. It should be a plus 5. Just a 14. And then their dance should be a d20. 11. Let's write these things down. Their flirt is 16 and their dance is 11. Their app is 9. App is 11. Dancing. It went flirt, appearance, dance. So flirt was 16. That's a combat skill. I have to write it somewhere else. Dancing of 9. Or down wrong. Dancing of 11. Sorry, guys, I'm like getting hungry. And because I'm getting hungry, my brain is falling apart. Okay. Now we do these tests. We do 3 tests. We test all of the skills and stats now that we know what they are. So we test under 16. You succeed at flirting. You succeed at your appearance test of 14. You pass. And do you pass your dance? Fail. You get 2 successes. That means they had a bastard. Honest, just, and family. Under 15, honest, pass. Just, critically fumbles. Probably not great. And family is under 15. Also fails. So you got a bastard of 1. They refused the trial and in 20 years gets an enemy. Cool. Lilo had a child and gave them up. That child will become an enemy of Lilo in 20 years. Literally 20 years in the making. Right now. Amazing. Another one. Another adventure. 26. 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Sir Killid. Killid the Generous. Alright, Killid. Killid in the name of. Give me your yearly event. An 18. Bad fortune. Not great for you, Killid. Let me tell you, buddy. You are landed, so you're getting plus 10 to this roll. Killid the Generous got a 16. You're hurt in an accident. Let's see what Killid did. Hurt is table 7. It is all the way here. Hurt physical, D6. Of course they get a 6. It's an age roll. Amazing. That's table 5 too, right? Unbelievable. Aging. How? Why does this thing do this? Why does it zoom so far out of everything? Aging table. See how many. 2d6 to see how many times you roll. 9. 9 is 1 time. So what attribute did they lose? 5. Their appearance went down. Unlucky, Killid. Killid broke his nose. Aw, thanks, Java. Yeah, I know it's pretty late for you, probably. Hey, have a great night. You're not gonna miss much. I'm just gonna probably start finishing up now, too. We got three adventures, random things to generate for the feast come spring. I'm not gonna lie, part of me thinks that maybe my 491 might be super, super chill. It might just literally be solos, but I don't know. The thing is that 491 is going to be the time when Irwin comes back at some point. Hey, Spoon, we were just finishing up some random solo events for random NPCs to help flesh out different things. Eli had made friends with one of those merchants, those new merchants in London. Sir Lilo had a child and gave him up, and Sir Killid broke his nose and is now ugly. He's gonna chill a year at Lady Ellen died. Yeah, that's fair. I can't control it. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about this. The thing I'm not sure about. I don't know. I feel like I already have too much on the plate for this first session here. Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm not exactly sure what will happen. I feel like it's pretty historical. I got the idea reading another actual play, and I don't know what that guy had in mind with it, so I have to go back and read that actual play and see what he's doing with it. But I think it's a very interesting thing to bring up in the game. I like interspersing random things like that into the game. None of that's written down anywhere. That's just me and reading other people's actual plays. Yeah, and that's the big reason why I want to introduce it, Spoon, is that I think a big part of asking what sort of knights and what they believe often comes down to sort of like, are you just? Are you honorable? But also like, here's society as a whole. So I don't know. It's a new axis to view the world on, of change. And are you for change? Or against it. And I think Arthur is also a big part of this game, and that's maybe why I felt so comfortable bringing it in, because Colin made some really good points about like how I treat people kind of equally, or like attempt to, in this game. And I think that really robs what Arthur is great about. I think having Arthur, like, what does it mean when the table becomes round? And if every table's already round, then Arthur doesn't really mean anything. Like, Arthur is like a visionary, right? He's out of his time. He is progress. He is unattainable perfection again. And I don't want to like steal some of that light from what that is, my game. I also don't want to like cover everything else in shit. Yeah, you got to have square tables out there. You have to show that people are treated unequally, and if you show that, then it makes the victory even sweeter. Yeah, you gotta have square tables to juxtapose like the way they always do it, and that's what I try to comment on that, and how stewards and things sit on the sides of tables, and the knights sit on the fronts, like the long sides, like the enfilade side, I guess, like whatever if it's a long table, you said the proper side of the table, that kind of stuff. Yeah, and like where you sit matters. But then when Arthur shows up, it's totally different. But we're still a long way off from Arthur. But I liked today being able to catch a glimpse of a little bit of this. Of like what the future holds. I think that's pretty interesting to me. I don't know. All right. Well, I think I'm about done here. I think I got everything I need for tomorrow's session. In addition to springboarding notes for the start of 491, I have way more that I'm going to cover in 2 hours tomorrow, right? That I need. And I'm a big proponent of not prepping out more than I need. I love prepping. Like, I love spending like, an hour or so plus playing this game and doing some prep. But I burn out pretty easily also. And I have more than I need. So this has been fun, and I appreciate everybody hanging out with me as we do some prep. This is seriously, I don't know. Pendragon is seriously one of my favorite campaigns I've ever done. Today proved it. Just playing with Colin. I'm just doing a solo thing for 2 hours, and it was super easy. I always feel like I never give enough for people to work on. Like, I never give enough details. Like, I always treat myself as a little bit like of a not improvisational GM, but more of a what would be the word? Not inspirational, but almost like impressionistic. If that makes sense. I give the vague outline of what's going on, and kind of paint with that sort of brush, because I'm not a writer. I'm not Matt Colville. I can't craft scenes and dialogue in a way that is super satisfying, but I do have a picture. I have a very clear picture in my head of what this scene can look like, and I'm really pretty good at nailing what the dramatic question is of what's going on in a given moment. And I'm okay with that. Hopefully my prep and my style shows you a path forward for if you ever ran Pendragon, what you would do differently, how you would change it, and what you would focus on. So I'm really trying to hit everything, right? I'm trying to show off all the different kinds of parts of Pendragon, and then letting people, inspire people to drill deeper into what they want for their own game if they ever ran it. So thanks everybody. Super fun. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific time. That might be a different time if you're Europe, if you're in the good old continent of Europe or even Australia, because the U.S. just had daylight savings time, so everything is off by a little bit, by an hour. So we sprung forward an hour now here in the States. So if that affects you, keep that in mind. But otherwise, we'll just be here for 2 hours, and we'll do more of the solo Irwin stuff. So thank you all so much. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll be catching you all later. Thank you. Take care. I'm shocked how passionate and exciting historic spreadsheets are. Right. That is the truth. Speaking of which, speaking of like how exciting spreadsheets can be, I want to start playing Iron Sword. I've been watching Adam play Iron Sword as a solo thing, and that seems like a lot of fun. It's kind of like my prep, right? But anyways, that's for a different time. I'm out of here. Take care.